It is stunning how far you get when you say, here's my vision, I will take a bullet for it. Martin Luther King Jr. said, until you have discovered something you are willing to die for, you're not fit to live. Are you so emotionally, viscerally invested in your vision for the rest of your life, in your business, in your health, in your humanity, in your giving, in your family, in your service to the world, that no matter what happens, you would take a bullet for it? You know what made Apple Apple? Most tech companies have a vision for their products and services, and every single time they encounter a constraint, they dilute their vision. So eventually, the vision means nothing. Am I making sense here? I'm just curious. Steve Jobs said 6 weeks before the Apple iPhone shipped, I want a type of glass on that screen so that the users so loved the icons on the iPhone screen, they would want to lick the screen. And Steve Jobs was told that does not exist. And yet 6 weeks before the iPhone shipped, I believe Corning made the glass. He got the job done. Why? Because he knew how to lead. And so my point is, think about grit. Don't dilute your vision. When you get laughed at, don't dilute your vision. When you stumble, don't dilute your vision. When you feel scared, don't dilute your vision. When you get heartbroken, don't dilute your vision. When you're on the top of the mountain and everyone's saying you're best, don't dilute your vision. When you're in the valley of pain and darkness and frustration and you feel like giving up, don't dilute your vision. And don't just do it for yourself. Do it for your family. Do it for your team. Do it for your customers. Do it for what it makes of the world, because you were one of the rare souls who didn't listen to the voice of their fear. Instead, you exercised the bravery to roll up your sleeves and get the job done. Examples. Stephen King. We pedestal him now. First book, Harry, rejected 30 times. Any good vision will be ridiculed. Here's the thing. You've got pages of ideas today. You're going to go home. You're going to share them even with your loved ones. They're going to laugh and mock you, well-intentioned as they are. How many people in this room will give up on the way you feel with me right now because you actually sell yourself on listening to what they're saying? He threw it into the trash. His wife resurrected it. Now a legendary author, probably one of the top 5 selling authors in the world. Grit. Grit. Did you know Vincent van Gogh never sold more than a handful of paintings in the course of his lifetime? He went starving. His paintings are selling for hundreds of millions of dollars. He didn't do it for the money. Great monuments, the Sistine Chapel wasn't done for the money. The theory of relativity wasn't done for the money. Apple wasn't done for the money. Amazon wasn't done for the money. Nations being freed wasn't done for the money. It was done for leadership. He only sold one painting. He often went starving, but he completed 800 works because he was a craftsman. He was doing it for who he became, what he became. He was doing it to produce and birth art out into the world. Now his paintings are revered as masterpieces. J.K. Rowling, single mother on welfare in a rat-infested flat. Harry Potter rejected this boy wizard story because it was a disruptive idea to the industry, rejected by 9 publishers. Any good vision will be misunderstood, otherwise it is not a good vision. 450 million plus copies sold worldwide. But the best example I can offer you on grit is this gentleman. August 1st, 1976. The second turn in the German Grand Prix, Niki Lauda lost control and he hit a wall. He spent almost 60 seconds in 450-degree heat trapped into his car. The damage to his body was so severe. They said when we looked at his face, it's like his face was melting off. They rushed him to the hospital. The doctor saw Nicky Lauda come in. They said, call the priest. We need to administer last rites. Nicky Lauda himself said, I felt like I was going to fall asleep, but something deep within me said, this would not be an ordinary type of sleep. I need to do whatever it takes to stay awake. He said, I knew it was bad when my wife showed up and she fainted. 6 weeks later, he put on bandages over his face and he put on a helmet and he placed fourth in the Italian Grand Prix.